Hi friends, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. I'm the owner of Ashlee's Crazyyoga, the youngest Black-owned yoga studio in Wisconsin. I opened this yoga studio at 22 years old, and next month we'll be celebrating our 2-year anniversary as a brick and mortar. So a little bit about me. I actually started teaching yoga in 2016. I started the business at 2016. I was teaching all around Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I've taught in several different yoga studios, gyms, chiropractor settings, senior homes, etc. I've taught, and I feel like I know a good chunk that I could help you with. So if you are looking to open a studio, or you just want to see me for a sec, welcome. So I did make a video, and I can link it here if you want to see the first one of how I opened the studio. But after being open for over a year and through a panoramic, censoring, I don't know if the censoring is still going on, but throughout all of that, I think I have some more tips I'd like to share with you. So I did write some stuff down on my phone, so I'll be looking down at that for a sec. But so the first thing is, if you're starting or thinking about opening a yoga studio, make sure you have a plan. My plan was to make yoga accessible and affordable. So teaching around all of these studios, that was the one thing I noticed, and that was the niche I wanted to get into, was accessibility. If you were to go take a vinyasa class, or if you were to take like a hot yoga class, they would not offer you a chair, or they would offer probably minimal props, and pretty much assume that this is an intermediate class and that you don't really need those props. So at my studio, we teach vinyasa, restorative, and gentle yoga currently. But I'm going to give you props so you can feel successful in the class. If you're having trouble getting up and down and you're just like ruling out yoga, oh, it's not for me, I can't do it, we're going to help you do that. So that's the unique thing about my studios. I'm going to give you props to help you into your practice, help you get deeper into your practice. And also affordability. So I looked all around studios, similar businesses, and just make sure you can pay yourself and you can keep your lights on. So I've been teaching for around 6 or 7 years now. I'm not going to charge like what a newer instructor would charge. I want to make sure we can stay affordable, but you're going to get the best service possible. Number 2, you need to have some money. So how I opened my studio was I actually looked on Craigslist. Do this if you don't have money, and find a space to rent. I was so fortunate to find a place that was already renovated, but I still had to, I threw over $10,000, guys, into the studio of supplies, the mats, the props people are going to be using, the toiletries, etc. So I started with like $1,500, and then I had to gauge it with the rent and all of that, and then the extra utilities that aren't included. But make sure you have some money aside to kind of get yourself going for a few months, and hopefully you start generating revenue so you don't go into the hole. So be smart with that. But if you do have money and you can get like a loan and yada yada, you can even look on Craigslist or even drive around your town and see a place that's for sale, and you could gut it, and you would need to start from scratch to create it however you're going to create it. So make sure you have some money. Number 3, do you have other streams of income that can kind of hold you over while your business is slowly getting started? So we are now, we're going through this panoramic right now, but people are now kind of venturing out and wanting to try more wellness stuff. So they're trying us out. So I'm very happy. I'm very blessed about that. So, but make sure you have other streams of income to hold you over. So our studio is also very community focused. So we offer events and classes throughout the community that you can pop into. So the accessibility, we're still in that niche. If you can't make it to us, we'll come to you, sort of thing. So if you need to find other classes or other events and stuff to do to help generate income, think about that. Also, we have a store in our studio where I like to feature my friends' small businesses that make goods and stuff related to wellness, I guess it doesn't have to be related to wellness. It's your studio that you're opening, but things that you would find in the studio, like we sell sage and candles and self-care stuff. So that's another way that we can help generate income, but we also help our other small business friends by buying from them. Number 4, you need a team. For a very long time, you're going to wear all of the hats. You're going to wear the instructor hat, the manager hat, the accounting hat, the janitor hat, all of those, until you can get enough money generated flowing to be able to hire people, but hire quality people. And a mistake that I made, I did not hire quality people at first. People that did not respect the studio, or did not have, or they lied about having the certain experiences or certifications. So make sure you get resumes and you have people do demos for you to actually see how they're going to be and how they're going to teach to your clientele. So make sure you hire quality staff. Location. Our studio is on a busy main street, so keep that in mind. If you're going to be on an off street or not so busy street, make sure you have the signage so people can actually find you. And also a thing about location, which I hated, some of the places that I taught at, yes, they were on a busy street, but there's never any parking, or you had to pay for parking. That sucks. If you can get a space with a parking lot, or even like street parking that you don't have to pay for, you are winning. And also, so your students don't have to walk super far just to get to the studio, because that would deter me. Living in Wisconsin, and I want to go to class on a snowy day, and just warm up a little bit in the studio, but I'm freezing walking a block or two just to get to the studio. I wouldn't like that at all, just me personally. So keep that in mind. What software are you going to be using, or what interface are you going to be using to run your business? So currently I use Wix. I use Wix for the website, for booking, the store. There's also an app that's included, so it makes it easier for students to book, and it's just like MindBody. So I was lucky enough to find Wix, and I've been using them for several years now, where everything is bundled, and I just have to pay something pretty much yearly. There are like extra things that I added that I saw that I needed as I grew, like obviously they have a cap on their email marketing, so I pay an extra thing for that, but that's still yearly. If I remember, MindBody is how you can book, and like how places can find you, but that's just another expense. So just keep in mind, for me personally, I don't like a million subscriptions. So if I just can find one thing that I need to pay, and it's like a premium price, whatever, but I don't want to have to try to keep track of all those subscriptions. So whatever your website platform is going to be, whether it's Wix, Square, GoDaddy, whatever it is, make sure you read all the stuff for that. Also, are you going to hire somebody to kind of manage that stuff, send out the emails, and do the inventory and all that stuff? So make sure you have somebody that is knowledgeable, I guess, in IT stuff or management stuff and softwares, and they can understand that. That'll help it run way more smoothly than trying to oversee everything. And when you're trying to do your own thing and you're like, okay, is that done right? Just make sure you get quality help, and you're using a good interface that's not too confusing to work. We kind of brushed over this. So how are you going to market? Are you going to market through your email marketing? You're going to send blast emails and newsletters out to your students or potential students. How is your social media presence? Are you on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter? What are you going to be using? I don't like using a million platforms, because then that gets stressful. Did you post on this? Okay, I got to make this real for this. Keep it consistent. That's also with the branding. My brand is minimalistic and pastel colors. So if you go to our Instagram, Ashlee Crazyyoga, you'll see we use colors like pink, blue, yellow, purple, and green, right? That's kind of how our schedule is. And then when you're actually in our studio, we have gray mats and gray props, and everything is like cohesive. And it's a breath of fresh air. It's a nice, airy space. We have a few plants, yada yada. But if you're going to be a loud studio, make sure you use those bold colors and you're consistent with it. Be consistent with whatever you're going to be using. Last but not least, what makes you different? My studio is accessible and affordable. I found that niche. We are affordable in the community, in the space that we are occupying. Our prices are reasonable. The service is outstanding, and I don't mean to toot my own horn, and accessible. So we give you extra props. That's the main thing about my studio is I don't want to hear people saying that yoga, I can't do it. Little plug, check out my chair yoga videos. When you think of chair yoga, oh, my video is like upside down. When you think of chair yoga videos, you think of like, oh, it's maybe for old people or whatever it may be. But I actually can make core videos. I make videos so you can sweat and use these props in different ways to be creative. So what makes you creative? And another thing, what makes us different, we're not just a yoga studio, so we do offer other services such as massages and Reiki, personal training, nutritional guidance, all of that good stuff. Hopefully this video answered questions. If you had questions, or just kind of got the gears rolling, okay, this is actually attainable, this is not as hard as it looks, because I opened this at 22 years old, but it took a lot of thinking and a lot of planning. So get your notebook out, write out all that you can envision, and just keep checking it off, because it's going to happen. It took me 5 years of teaching and just going all over the place teaching to finally actually find a spot, a beautiful spot to open this studio and bring this to the community. So be patient with your practice, be patient with your business, because it is all about consistency, what is going to help you become successful. So thank you guys for watching this video. I'm thinking about getting in the habit of uploading flows or yoga videos on Mondays, and then Fridays doing like a little talk like this, or like little mommy time motherhood videos with Bear, or even vlogs or something like that different on Fridays. So every week we'll get a yoga class and then maybe like a sit down video. So thank you. I'll see you guys in my next video. My battery is about to die. Let's keep the comments going in the comment section down below. Peace out.